Please call the roll.
Osborne,
Here.
Davis, Newbill,
Here.
Beecher,
Here.
Lawson, Baker,
Here.
Mishler,
Present.
Irwin.
All right, we have a quorum. Next, I'll entertain a motion for approval of the agenda for today.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Next, we'll have approval of the minutes for March 3rd, 2025. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Moving right along to approval of proofs of publication. Did everyone receive a proof of publication? Okay. I'll entertain a motion to accept.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Next, we have under new business 25X.03.
Good afternoon. Mike Huber, Director of Development Services, City of Elkhart. This is a 25X03 is a special exception. The petitioner is SWS Holdings LLC. Site location is 3136 Northview Drive. The request is per section 13.3, special exception uses 12.3F to allow for a tattoo studio within business at 3130 Northview Drive. Existing zoning is PUD B3 standards. The comprehensive plan identifies this site for parks and recreation land uses. The staff analysis is the petitioner owns 12,000 square foot building with associated parking on a 0.68 acre parcel in the North Point Plaza Shopping Center. The building was formerly a gym and is being remodeled to be a motorcycle dealership. The owner wishes to add a tattoo artist to the property. Tattooing is a special exception use in the B districts. The facility is adequate for both the dealership and the tattoo artist. The petitioner intends to add the artist area in the former office space. Any renovations would require relevant permits and have to meet any applicable building codes. Similarly, the tattoo operation would be governed by the Indiana State Department of Health and be required to meet all state regulations, including those governing bloodborne pathogens. The property has adequate parking for the proposed use. The tattoo operation will be limited to a single chair. Business will be carried out entirely indoors, and it is unlikely that this will have a negative effect on adjacent properties. Staff recommends approval of this special exception. The recommendation is approval based on the following findings of fact. Special exception is so defined, located, and proposed to be operated that the public's health, safety, and welfare will be protected, as the artist will be required to meet all required state regulations, including bloodborne pathogens and sharps training. The special exception will not reduce the value of other properties in its immediate vicinity because the activity will occur entirely indoors, and with only one artist, the volume of customers will be limited by the time taken with each customer. The special exception shall conform to the regulations of the zoning district in which it is to be located because the use will not cause any noise, smoke, or odor. And this will be heard at BZA as well.
Thank you. Is there any questions for staff at this time? Okay. Is there any questions for the petitioner? Okay. Well, at this time, then I'll entertain a motion for recommendation to the BZA.
I move that we send this to BZA with a due pass recommendation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Carla, would you call the roll?
Osborne,
Yes.
Beecher,
Yes.
Newbill,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Mishler.
Aye. All right.
Hey, are we good?
You good?
You're good, bro.
You guys are good?
Cool, it's easy. See you guys Thursday. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Have a good one.
All right. Moving on to the next item in new business, 25 FSP 06. Petitioner is Wish Nebraska Incorporated with Justin Eggers, manager.
Good evening, Board.
Evening.
The petition is 25.
Oh, I'm sorry, could you please state your name for the record?
Kyle Anthony Petter, Planner 2.
Thank you.
The petition is 25 FSP 06. This is for final site plan. The petitioner is Wish Nebraska Inc. The address is 2608 Glenview Drive. The request is a request of section 20.10.b seeking approval for the administration of the final site plan. The request is to modify the final site plan for a 10,000 square foot addition with associated sanitation, sewer, grading, drainage improvements at 2608 Glenview Drive. The existing zoning is PUD. The comprehensive plan calls for this area to be developed with industrial uses. Staff analysis. The petitioner is requesting final site plan approval for a 10,000 square foot addition with associated storm area retention and sanitation sewer connection. The project has been submitted and approved at tech review. The PUD requests the buffer to be maintained along the east side of the property to screen from the adjoining residential uses. The existing vegetation will largely be removed and replanted. A 6-foot fence will also be added for additional screenage. Recommendations. Staff recommends approval of the final site plan based upon the following findings of facts. The approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community. The proposed use is permitted within the underlying zoning of the planned unit development. The project has passed city technical review process. The use conforms to the comprehensive plan, which calls for commercial uses. The proposed use shall not be detrimental to the property values of adjoining properties. There was 14 letters and 0 responses.
All right, thank you. Is there any questions for city staff? No questions at this time? Okay. Is there any questions for the petitioner at this time? Looking once, looking twice. No questions at this time? Okay. Now, is this just, are we the final step here for this site? Okay. So this is not a recommendation to anyone else. This is our approval. I'll entertain a motion for 25-FSP-06.
I'll move for approval.
Motion and a second for approval. Carla, would you please call the roll?
Newbill,
Yes.
Beecher,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Mishler.
Aye. Thank you. Okay, moving on to the next item in new business, 25-FSP-05. Petitioner is Seahawk Corporation.
Do you want me to reintroduce myself, or are we? No. We're good. Okay. The petition is 25-FSP-05 for final site plan. The petitioner is Seahawk Corporation. The site location is Lot 7, Beck Crossing, 301 Enchanted Garden Lane. The request is as requested by Section 20.7, seeking approval of final site plan for a new auto dealership detailing business as to vary from the rear 20-foot setback to allow for a rear building setback at 10 feet at Lot 7, Beck Crossing, 301 Enchanted Garden Lane. The existing zoning is PUD with B2 underlying The comprehensive plan calls for this area to be developed with commercial uses. Staff analysis. The petitioner is requesting final site plan approval for Lot 7 for the purpose of establishing a auto detailing business. The lot is half an acre and is located at the intersection of Beck Drive and Enchanted Garden Lane, formerly Patterson Court. The project has been submitted for review by Tech Review. Most of the comments raised by staff have been addressed. The outstanding issues are small and are anticipated to be rectified before staff and between staff and the consultant before Plan Commission hearing. The petitioner is requesting, as a part of the final site plan, approval of a 10-foot rear setback. The district setback is 20 feet. Staff has no issues with the request. The depth of the parcel makes it challenging for new development. Recommendation. Staff recommends approval of the final site plan based on the following finding of facts. The approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, moral, and general welfare of the community. The proposed use is permitted within the underlying zoning of the planned unit development. The project has passed city technical review process. The use conforms to the comprehensive plan, which calls for commercial uses. The proposed use shall not be detrimental to the property values of adjoining properties. There was 8 letters sent out and no responses.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any questions for city staff at this time?
Just a brief one. Just for clarification then, you'd stated that all the comments raised by staff have been addressed and that any issues that were outstanding would be anticipated to be rectified prior to this meeting. Have those been rectified?
Based upon what I know.
Thank you. Is there any questions for the petitioner at this time? Okay, seeing none, I will entertain a motion. This is a final site plan similar to the last one, so this stays with us for approval or however.
So moved.
Is that a motion for approval?
Motion for approval.
Okay, is there a second? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Carla, can you call the roll?
Beecher. Osborne.
Yes.
Newbill.
Yes.
Baker.
Yes.
Mishler.
Aye. Okay, that passes. Moving on to the next order of new business, 25X-04.
Uh, 25X04 is a special exception. Petitioner's Mount Union, North Capitol. The site location is 112 South 2nd Street. The request is special exception per 13.3, special exception uses in the CBD, Central Business District, to allow for a meeting hall banquet facility. The existing zoning is CBD, Central Business District. The comprehensive plan calls for the area to be developed as commercial. The petitioners recently purchased the building and are looking to reestablish the use of a banquet facility. The building has been used as a banquet facility by previous owner. The building venue will be used for weddings, birthday parties. I think your report says baby shows. I think that's probably baby showers.
Baby showers, yeah.
I don't think there's going to be baby shows. Charity events and special events.
Right.
The applicant has agreed to abide by the existing maximum occupancy numbers for each floor. The building was designed by local architect E. Hill Turnock, and the reestablished use will be a great addition to the downtown area and the community. With the building in the central part of downtown, the applicants hope the venue will be bringing more people downtown to enjoy the local amenities. The building has previously been vacant, but recently has been going through the process of cleaning the property, has placed the building back in functioning condition. The applicant has already started to upgrade safety for the property, which includes new emergency exit signs, emergency lighting, upgraded fire alarm panel, and new fire extinguishers. Private security has been arranged for the site during events using off-duty local police officers. Adequate parking will be provided by 2 public lots within 2 blocks in the close vicinity of the site, as well as available on-street parking. Staff recommends approval of the request based on the following findings of fact. The special exception is so defined, located, and proposed to be operated that the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare will be protected because the building will meet all building codes, and off-duty police officers will provide security for events. The special exception will not reduce the value of other properties in its immediate vicinity because there will be no exterior changes to the existing building, and improvement on both the inside and outside will meet all building codes. And the special exception shall conform to the regulations of the zoning district in which it is to be located because it will not generate adverse effect on adjacent properties in the form of noise, smoke, or odor, and the owner has agreed to work with the city to follow all regulations for this type of facility.
Okay.
One question regarding the parking. Is that still adequate parking even though they can park on the streets with those 2 lots?
It is. We tend to, especially in the urban areas that have been previously, developed at the densities they've been developed, we would consider on-street parking to be viable options.
Now, Mike, as the conversion for Second Street there continues, that will include the addition of more parking there, correct?
I'm not convinced I know exactly what's planned in each block, but my guess is that yes, it won't cause a reduction in parking. It would only cause additional parking.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other questions for staff at this time?
The only thing I'd add is that the nature of the reception business is nights and weekends primarily anyway, when the rest of the downtown
It's closed, yeah.
Good point.
is not around.
Your typical office users are no longer there, right?
Is there any questions for the petitioner at this time? Seeing none, does this stay with us then? Are we the final? No, this goes to BZA. This goes to BZA, okay. I will entertain a motion then at this point to send to the BZA.
Make a motion to send it to the BZA with the due pass recommendation.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Carla, would you please call the roll?
Beecher,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes.
Newbill,
Yes, yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Mishler.
Aye. All right.
I'm glad to see that place in use again.
Yes, sir. All right. So moving on, next we have 25-R-030.
So the resolution in front of you this afternoon is a resolution approving a resolution to the City Redevelopment Commission designating and declaring the Boulder Run Economic Development Area. The Redevelopment Commission at its April meeting started the process and passed a resolution to adopt the housing plan, economic development plan, and declaratory resolution to establish a new TIF district. This is at County Road 13, Genewood, and Hankey Drive. It's an extension of an existing subdivision. It's being named Boulder Run. There are about 86 home sites in the single-family home sites in the development. The Redevelopment Commission is partnering with the developer to provide some TIF revenues to help offset the costs of the infrastructure, the sewer and water, street infrastructure associated with the project, as a way to help keep some of the lot costs on the lower end to make the homes more attractive for purchase, given the current housing cost market. Happy to answer any questions you might have.
Okay, I have a couple real quick. So this is a residential TIF, correct?
It's a residential TIF, correct?
Okay. Is there any concerns environmentally for development, anything like that in this area?
Not that we're aware of.
Not that we're aware of? Okay.
Again, we're just providing TIF revenues towards the project. The developer, we're not involved in the property in any way.
Gotcha. Okay. Any questions at this point? Okay. Now, let's see. Now, is this a recommendation for, where do we send this?
You would be passing this resolution
Okay.
And then the city council will also affirm this resolution at its May 19th meeting.
Got it. Okay. So if we are simply passing a resolution, Carla, would you call the roll?
Osborne,
Yes.
Newbill,
Yes.
Beecher,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Mishler.
Aye. All right, motion is carried. Seeing no further business for the Planning Commission at this time, I move for adjournment. Is there a second? All right, we are adjourned. Momentarily reconvene here real quick. Going back to that last item, we need a motion to pass that. So can I have a motion for that last resolution?
Okay, make a motion that we approve the resolution.
All right, we have a
Second.
motion and a second. All right, Carla, can you call the roll?
Osborne,
Yes.
Newbill,
Yes.
Beecher,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Mishler.
Aye. All right. Sorry about that, folks.
Thanks, everyone.
Motion to adjourn and a second. We are adjourned.